Thanks everyone for coming today. Huge thanks to organizers to bring us such a brilliant panel. It's my pleasure to be here, to be the moderator for this panel. Let me introduce myself first. So I'm Vadim Krekotin. I'm a founding partner of Cryptomeria Capital. We are venture capital backed by the largest Spanish VC and asset manager. We invest in Web3 and blockchain space since 2017. Overall, as the partners, we have invested more than 200 companies in the space. So we have a little bit of knowledge about that. Also, we manage one of the largest media in the space with the 3 million monthly active users. Also helping people to know more about the blockchain, Web3, AI, and all such technologies which are in the cutting-edge technologies. Thank you so much. So please introduce yourself. We start with Stefan, and then we go one by one, just in a couple of words about yourself, about your company. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vadim. So my name is Stefan Kimmel. I'm the CEO of M2. M2 is a fully regulated crypto exchange and investment platform out of Abu Dhabi. So we offer everything from spot and futures trading, everything around crypto trading, as well as investment products. Right now, flagship products are things like a 10% yield on BTC or 10% yield on ETH in a fully regulated environment.
Lovely. Assalamu alaikum, kifalak. My name is Shogo Ishida. I've been in Dubai for more than 10 years and since 2015, and I'm currently co-CEO for EMURGO, Middle East and Africa. EMURGO is obviously one of the 3 founding members of the Cardano blockchain. I guess we have the Charles Hoskinson in the morning today to speak about what's the Cardano ecosystem and what's the technology behind that. So myself, EMURGO is a commercial entity for Cardano blockchain, and I'm personally involved, responsible for the Middle East and Africa. The area. So we have set up like $100 million investment vehicle, also funded in 2021. And since then, we've been investing in more than 50 companies, 80% coming from Africa and 20% coming from the rest of the world. So I'm very excited to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bogdan.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bogdan Stanache. I'm coming from Romania. It's been like almost 20 years. I was first time here in Dubai. Things got changed, and today I'm running a, let's say, pretty strong group of IT&C developers companies. We're doing a lot of digitalization, big infrastructures, and a lot of work in the blockchain, mainly related to the public sector. We cover a wide range of, let's say, developments and products, all of them related to the private sector as well, the public sector. Also, I'm the manager of a pretty big technopark in Romania. It's an innovation center, 5,000 square meter facility with a lot of focus from the European Commission on these emergency technologies, cutting-edge technologies like blockchain, AI, IoT, IT&C, and so on. Very happy to be here today. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. My name is Ahmed Elmetwally. I am the CEO of the private office of His Highness Sheikh Mohamed bin Ahmed bin Hamadan Nahyan, Royal Family of Abu Dhabi. First of all, I wish you a success day today, and nice to meet you. It's my pleasure today to be here. I will not talk too much about ourselves. You can Google about us, and you can know who's the private office of His Highness. We are not focused on one sector of the business. We have a lot of the business under our umbrella, more than 135 companies under our private office. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your self-introduction. It was brilliant. And I see that we have diverse guests today, but at the same time, definitely knowledgeable and passionate about industry and everything which is happening right now. So my first question will be, what real benefits have you seen from implementation of the blockchain technology in your respectful domains? So we can start with Bogdan, and maybe you can ask us first, because you have a lot of expertise in the technology, and then we can talk together about that.
Sure. I think sooner or later blockchain will become let's say, a valuable product that will be related to everything that's around us. From my point of view and based on my experience, like a few years ago when I first heard about this, there was like a even bigger volatility than existing today in terms of there was like a big non-knowledge for the people who were non-technicals, and especially for the people that wanted to invest in this. Today, we can see that we have a lot of, let's say, infrastructures developments into these new trend technologies. And blockchain is adopting more and more by even European countries and more countries on every single development or every single intuition that's related to any directions which is related to the technologies. From my point of view, I think blockchain will become a trend that we have to live with, and blockchain will be very soon something that we need to adopt, and we need to live our, let's say, our lifestyle related to these new trend technologies.
Perfect. What about you, Stefan?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually an interesting time to ask that question.
Yeah.
As many of you might know, today or yesterday was actually the 15th birthday of the Bitcoin white paper. So that is actually the official first day when the blockchain was born. And the first use case, to get back to your question, of course, was Bitcoin was meant to be a means of payment. And we see both Bitcoin as well as other token being used for payments a lot. Although I think that the prominent and most dominant way of using blockchain for payments is stablecoins. And especially here in the region, we see a lot of usage for international trade settlement, also with African countries and emerging countries where traditional banking systems are less developed. So the use of blockchain, cryptocurrencies as means of payment is probably the most dominant use case right now. The other one, and that's what we do a lot as well, is of course as a means of investment. As Bogdan was pointing out, of course there's a lot of money to be made or lost in cryptocurrencies. At the moment, we're hoping to see the end of a long stretched, painful bear market with a lot of events triggering the turnaround. And an investments as a diversification of an overall investment portfolio is another very important use case for me.
Right. So you talk more about the crypto and Web3 space. So I want to ask Ahmed, how you look at this. Do you have real use cases in your experience implementing the blockchain, and do you see any benefits?
See, I will let you know about cryptocurrency and blockchain. For me, blockchain and cryptocurrency is a challenge. And it's not a small challenge, it's a very big challenge between the normal currency, which is, for example, the UAE dirham, and the cryptocurrency. As I said it last week in ABC conference, cryptocurrency should take the trust for all the people. Because, for example, if someone come to me and provide for me, for example, 10,000 dirham, and he provides for me also 100,000 coin, I trust the 10,000 dirham. Here in UAE, alhamdulillah, we have the strong leadership under His Highness Sheikh Mohamed bin Zayed and Nahyan, the president of UAE, and also under His Highness Sheikh Mohamed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. They provide the permission for all the government to support any new technology. And blockchain and cryptocurrency is new technology, which we have to support. But at the end, should the people get the trust for the cryptocurrency, rather than no one will work with the cryptocurrency, because there's a lot of coins today in the market. Here in UAE, I think the Islamic coin, they launched it last month, and the people trust this coin. But still, we have a lot of the company under us for the cryptocurrency, and we give them the approval, we support them. But at the end, I don't know what will be happening in the future in the market.
All right. So Shogo, what about you? So you are representing the Cardano and EMURGO. So you're one of, I would say, your ecosystem one of the largest in the space since many years already. And what about your, let's say, real examples, and the use cases?
Sure, definitely. So like I said, I'm more specialized in the developing countries. So when it comes to Cardano, the ecosystem, maybe I can give a couple of examples or user cases. What the blockchain actually has been used. So I definitely believe that a new technology like the blockchain AI should be solving the issues which are not solved, with the previous other technology invented. And let me just give you two examples. One is among our portfolio company. So what they're doing is, well, when you go to Africa, like Nigeria, we have 230 million people living in the countries, and of course, many people goes out of the country because they want to make money, right? And then of course, we have a second and third generation of the the migrants into the US or the UK or wherever. And then when they work, when they get money, they want to send the money back to the families and the relatives and the friends and live in Nigeria. And traditional way, maybe people can use TransferWise or the Western Union or whatever, any kind of the name that you can use for a traditional purpose. And you have to pay a 10% of the commissioner fee. So if you want to send $100, you still have to pay $10, which is really a lot. But one of the companies that we invested, what they do is they receive US dollars, but they change immediately to USDC and they send it to Nigeria. And the Nigerian exchange, and they convert it into the cash, the local currency, and they bring it to the family. They change only 0.2%. And then you can get the cash immediately in the same day. And of course, the cost goes to really, really cheaper. So this is a kind of the innovation and also a very important user cases for the blockchain. The other one could be probably one of our experience in the digital identity in Ethiopia. So the Cardano has been working together with the Ministry of Education in Ethiopia and to provide the digital identity for recording academic history and also a graduation certificate. If you live in Dubai, maybe you do not experience, or maybe in Japan or US, maybe you don't experience. But people bring the graduate certificate, or for example, like a University of Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, for the working interview. So then they can create like a fake graduate certificate and then go to the interview. Hey, I'm graduating from one of the top universities in Africa. So why don't you just make an interview with me? But this is fake. But if you can just put all the record on chain, and you can actually make a fake certificate because everything has to be on record, and you can actually verify the authenticity of the academic record, also like a graduation history. So this kind of the activity has been conducted since 2017 in Ethiopia, and we have already given 10,000 digital identity for the academic the record.
Sounds very good. So all of you guys mentioned some real use cases. So let's talk about challenges that you met when you trying to implement in your sector, right? Let's start with Ahmed. So what's the unique challenges you've met when you meet the blockchain companies that are trying to cooperate with your office, and how you look at them? And then let's go one by one to Stefan.
Okay. So I spoke about blockchain and cryptocurrency in the first year of Corona exactly. In 2020, if you remember that, I think most of the countries make a lockdown. But here in UAE, His Highness Sheikh Mohamed bin Zayed, he said red line for the food and medicine and technology and the work and everything. We are the first country not stop working for anything. We open for everything. And in this 3 years since 2020 and 21 and 22, and this year, most of the conferences I attend is around blockchain and cryptocurrency. That's why, as I mentioned before, it's a new technology and it's a big challenge. It's a big challenge to enter UAE market. Why? Because here in UAE is the place to set up your business in safe and security. In safe and security. No one above the rules. No one can play with the rules. Before Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan, he bought the rules. And today the rules come more and more. That's why I mentioned it is a big challenge between the cryptocurrency and the dirham in UAE. I'm not speaking around the world. I mention only in UAE because here the rules is very strict. As I mentioned again and again, no one can play. Here the leadership provide all kind of the support from the government or from private companies. For us, we are a private office of His Highness, member of the royal family of Abu Dhabi. We support all kind of the business. Whatever business you think, we have it. Really. As I mentioned, we have more than 135 companies under our umbrella. We agreed last 2 years ago, me and Sheikh Mohamed bin Ahmed bin Hamadan and Nahyan, to bring the new technology like cryptocurrency. And we provide for them, by the way, the license from DED in Abu Dhabi, Department of Economy, and ADGM, Abu Dhabi Global Market. And we fixed for them the meeting with the central bank, but it is a long procedure. This business is not like construction or healthcare or any other business. This business is a bigger challenge. I cannot say what is the future for this business, but I think it will become in the market more and more because most of the people around the world need to know about this technology.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. Yeah, so definitely agree with you that it's the biggest challenge for every authority, to implement the blockchain and provide the right licensing. At the same time, I think my personal experience that UAE one of the most open for that and trying to speak with the businesses directly and trying to learn how to make it better.
That's right.
Perfect. So let's go one by one. Bogdan, what challenges you tackle and how you do it?
Sure. If you permit me, I'll probably go a little bit in the past. Like about 10 years ago, we started to talk about this innovation keyword. That was on everybody's mouth. We were trying to ask what's innovation around and what's happening inside the innovation, or where we can take or where we can buy that innovation to apply to every single business. Today, as we can see, innovation is in everything that's around us. If you link it up with any object that's around you or that's in your lifestyle, you have more chances today to capitalize and probably get a financing, get investor, and go on the next level with your project. Later on the stage, we figure out this new trend technology called blockchain. Most of the people were associated with the Bitcoin. That was the first coin. And then we started to link it up and name it with many different exchanges and crypto platforms that were available at that time. As we can see today, blockchain can be applied in every single industry. And it's not about only a trading particular platform or some digitalized asset. It's applied in every single trend and every single industry. Blockchain is in the healthcare, blockchain is in transport industry and so on. From my experience, what we're doing, because I said we work like more than 85% of our employment is related to the public sector, we create this infrastructure based on the blockchain for the government. And what I'm happy for is like more and more countries, especially from Europe, where I'm coming from, they're trying to adopt it. The challenge, as my previous speaker said, the challenge will be everywhere, and the challenge will be from here to some more time, because what's really important for people to understand is like a part of efficiency, a part of safety, a part of what's inside this blockchain, that even if you're technical or not, you understand a little bit how do you envision the future for the blockchain. You have to admit that blockchain sooner or later will be in our pockets, will be in our lifestyle, will be in our mobile phones, smartphones, whatever we use it sooner or later. The challenge from my point of view was very difficult, and UAE, some other countries in Asia, they were adopting this earlier. Before pandemic, they made some major steps, which I'm very happy of, and somehow European countries are trying to, let's say, clone the same rules and the same regulations, is that the government authorities, they don't understand or they don't know how to take it to create these sort of standards. I'm very happy and I'm very proud that, for example, in our country, in Romania, we created one of the first government digitalized blockchain infrastructure, which is related to a complex marketplace. I don't want to get into details right now, but what makes me very happy is that we are trying to make the first step for a standard. So sooner or later, every single government, every single authorities, every private companies, big corporate or small, they will adopt this new trend technology and they will be able to apply it.
Right, I agree with you. Definitely, you know, more and more blockchains are implemented everywhere. But at the same time, my personal experience, I can tell you, usually, I mean, every year we receive more than 3,000 different decks from different projects as a VC. So for them asking for funding. And I've seen so many crazy ideas where blockchain is not needed at all. So people sometimes just trying to put the blockchain as like a hashtag and fundraise for something which is not like needed. So blockchain is also the technology which should be somewhere where it's needed, where it's like you can provide security, where you can provide scalability, when you can provide all these like things which really can solve the real problems. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. So thanks, Bogdan. Shogo, what do you think about the challenges that you've met here?
Yeah, so we're all like a venture capital, so then like from a little bit different angle, but I totally agree with what you said. Well, but actually like a lot of many the Web2 companies are using the Web3 or the blockchain keyword to get funding from the Web3. The VCs, and that's really true. And because of that, and they actually try to issue tokens for non-purposes. So then it could happen. But when I go back to the challenges, I think the biggest challenge for the startups that are facing are their inability to make the business viable. Because unfortunately, 75% of the startup fail, 65% of the tech startup fail. And when it comes to Web3, 92% of the companies fail. So we really have to seriously take this, the number carefully. But 92%, that means like majority of the Web3 companies fail. Because of what? Because I am, the venture capitals. So then I've seen like more than 1,200 companies in Africa, Middle East, and Europe, and Asia in past 2 years. So then what I found out is most of the companies that we have not invested, they do not have the ability to make the business viable. That means, well, they have very clear the image, or they have a technology, or they have maybe a team members, but they don't really have a business model, how they can actually create money, how they can actually generate the revenues. If you don't generate the revenues, you can make the company sustainable. If the company is not sustainable, you're not able to just cater your technology, even though how good your technology is. So then it doesn't really matter like in blockchain or not, but what I say is you seriously have to consider that your business is really viable or not. And if not, that's a huge challenge.
Definitely. Yeah, thank you. So Stefan?
Yeah, obviously I look at this from a financial services perspective, so use cases around payments and investments. The biggest challenge, I think, in recent years, and I agree with Ahmed on that point, was a lack of clear regulation. So there was no clear guidance for service providers, what is allowed, what rules they have to stick to, what they can offer, what they can't offer. And we see a lot of lawsuits in the US specifically as a result of that. Likewise, for investors, it's difficult if they don't have clear disclosures, clear rules. They don't really know what's behind it. There's no transparency. All of that comes down to a lack of clear rules, which is regulation. The great news is a lot of that has been taken care of or is in the process of being taken care of in countries around the world. We see MiCA being rolled out in Europe, Hong Kong and Singapore have come through. And again, super grateful to be here in the UAE as Abu Dhabi in the ADGM has one of the oldest and most reputable regulatory frameworks. We actually have 2 licenses there, an exchange license and a custody license. Again, if I take that and have conversations around the world, literally with other regulators, it's almost no questions asked because it's a very, very strong regulation.
Right.
So more advancements and clarity around those regulations, I think, is key to further adoption and to overcome this challenge. And I'm very hopeful as, except for the US, perhaps, the rest of the world seems to be on a good track.
Right. Sounds good. So to continue this conversation, I want to ask Ahmed an individual question. How is the regulatory environment here in the UAE adapting the blockchain? And what's the role is your office playing here?
Regarding for the blockchain, as I mentioned before 5 minutes ago, we are ready to support anyone who needs to establish his business in UAE under our private office of His Highness. Because here is the place for you to build your business. Here is the safe and security country. Here no one can play with you. But at the end, you have to be straight in your business. Don't think that you are smart more than our government. I will tell you one thing in a small story. People here in UAE, for example, let's say, as I am the CEO for the private office of His Highness, one of the royal family of Abu Dhabi, people think that I can finish anything through one phone call. This not happen. To let you understand, this not happen. Our work or our people, how we can support them? Do you think if I need to call someone tomorrow, please support this guy, he's our partner, blah, 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 blah? It's not useful. The most important point to build your business here in UAE, the network. Money not use. Money, keep it in your home, in the bank. You will lose by your money. The most important point, as I mentioned, your network. I have a lot of network. The part of my network, because I work with the royal family, to be sure. And the other part is my network, how I can make this network more and more to support my partners. Not everything I have to say I am partner with blah, blah. It's not use. You have to show me. I have to see your capability. I am not technical person to finish for you your business. I only here to support you, to open for you the doors, to let you stay, to think only about your business, how to improve it more and more. But if you ask for me any question about the business, for example, for blockchain or healthcare or blah, 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 such as for all of our company, I will not answer you because I am not technical. This is not my work. My work only for you to support you. That's why, as I mentioned, if you are here in UAE, need to start your business in safe and security, you have to be straightforward with the government. Do the right work. No one will touch you. Rather than you are work with us or work with another one, I promise you, no one will play with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ahmed. So what I understand from what you're saying, that your respectful office and your personal role here is more to create the environment. to support a network, to create a framework for people to be here, but not to support every single or particular persons who are coming to UAE to start a business. It's definitely a good position. And the next question I have to Bogdan, can you share a story where the blockchain technology significantly improved operations is one of the companies that you helped to implement the blockchain?
Sure. We just released a pretty interesting platform to the Ministry of Employment, which is related to our local authorities, so local government, where we had like a real case study, and we didn't know how to do that in terms of it's like a pretty comprehensive, let's say, e-learning platform, where at the end of the lessons, you might be able to get it over there, you get a certificate. And that certification, we had a lot of debating with the local authorities, with the people involved into the project, how to be legitimate, how to be certified. So this is all in all how we came up with the blockchain technology, and we created a superb infrastructures, which today it's used for more than, I think that 4 or 5 million people in my country, in order to facilitate these training lessons and to get the diploma, which is accredited by the government. And furthermore, it's based on a blockchain infrastructure. Right,
interesting. So for Shogo, I want to ask you, how is EMURGO's approach with the Cardano's blockchain ecosystem helping to address enterprise challenges?
Sure. Thank you very much. So I guess probably the biggest advantage that we can cater to the ecosystem from EMURGO's perspective. Cardano as a whole have very different multiple other opportunity for the funding and also the ecosystem and the community support. When you take a look at the Twitter or any kind of social medias, the total number of the Cardano, maybe the number exceeds more than 5 or 6 million already. So that means that we have the huge the community all over the world. When it comes to the number of the wallet download for from the official Cardano entities, that goes to 3 million, the downloads. And then, we of course, like EMURGO, like I said, we are venture capital, so then we providing funding support for the startups. But at the same time, also when you go to Catalyst Fund, they have already given away $65 million the value of the ADA to the more than 1,000 project. So that whole community or the ecosystem can create a very good, friendly environment for the enterprises if they are looking for Web 2 to Web 3 migrations, or to create a JV with us, for example, because we are supporting Web 2 companies and to create a JV together so that we can cater the funding support and also the technical support from our end to implement a Cardano solution, and they specialize in a certain area, so that this kind of the mingle of the expertise can create maybe a next innovation. That's what I believe. So then, I guess I answered to the questions, hopefully.
Sure, it's your experience. I mean, there's more use cases guys share. Today is better because I always want, we can bring real things, real use cases to share with our audience, right? Stefan, so for you, I want to simplify the question that way, because obviously you use the blockchain in your company, right? So what's differentiating you with other competitors and companies in the space? What are the, let's say, unique approach or technologies or approach to service customers you have in your company?
Yeah, that's a good one. So I think there's two key components, and one goes back to regulation, which I mentioned earlier. And there's a lot of players out there. I think one, and that's probably the most critical part of our whole proposition and our positioning, is we want to make sure that whatever we do, wherever we go, we are 100% compliant, transparent, and secure. So whatever money we receive, assets receive from customers, we want to be 100% sure it's secure, it's safe, and it's also compliant for customers to use that. We also work a lot with institutional investors, and they also need us to be 100% compliant, otherwise they cannot even give us any money. So compliance, both here in the UAE, where we based. We have additional licenses now in the Bahamas. We are currently applying for a license in Europe. So wherever we go in the world, it has to be clean, secure, transparent, so money is safe. That's the foundation for everything. And then on top of that, our sweet spot is trying to generate above market yields or market leading yields, going back to the earn or the yield bearing products. So we don't just help customers buy and sell, which is one part of a proposition. The other that's equally important, or not more important in recent years, is if you put your money there, you want to earn yield without having to constantly trade. That appeals to different market segment. But that's why we have the earn products, such as the 10% on Bitcoin, the 10% on ETH, and there's more coming down the pipeline. But the short of it is high yields on a very secure and regulated platform. That's
right. That sounds good. Okay, thank you, Stefan. So I think we have not so much time left. Only for one question where every speaker can give a little bit of ideas. So my last question, I want to ask you about the upcoming trends. Because it's obvious, I mean, for people who are in the blockchain space, in the Web3, that the consolidation of the assets, consolidation of the community of the good projects are happening right now. A lot of people talking about the bull market, so right, let's use this term as well. And yeah, we know that it's coming one day, and we literally can feel it by the, let's say, market, which shows us. What's the upcoming trends on the market? I'm personally, the veteran from the 2017 bull market and the 2020 bull market. So even though before these bull markets, you never can, precisely say what's exactly the, definitely the biggest trend. But you can feel, you can see, you can talk with more people. So let's elaborate a little bit more about that. What do you see? What do you feel? So we have not so much time. Precisely about what exactly you see and how it how it sort of impacts on your decisions in your company. Ahmed, let's start with you and let's go one by one by this circle.
As I told you, I don't know about blockchain for the future. I don't know. That is a challenge for me. Let's see. Let's try. Let's take the trust of this coin for, let's say, for Islamic coin or any other coins. For my side, it was my pleasure to be here today, where we can all exchange our ideas between this business and this technology. And I wish to say, as I am the CEO of the private office of His Highness Sheikh Mohamed bin Ahmed bin Hamadan Nahyan, I am ready to support any business or any kind of this technology here in UAE, and not only in UAE, in all GCC market. Thank you, everyone, and nice to meet you.
Thank you, Ahmed. Bogdan?
Good. I'll try to be very short. I don't think I'm in the position to tell you about the new trends or what's going on in the predictable future. If I'll be able to do that, probably Stefan can give us some remarks about what we should exchange or what we should trade on. But that's tricky stuff. What I'm happy is that I'm seeing that more and more that the market is filtering by itself. There are more valuable projects coming on the market, and we start to adopt this new technology on our daily basis, usability and adaptability. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Shogo?
Yeah, thank you very much. So my answer goes to the question is, I'm not thinking it's a vertical, but the more Web 2 to Web 3 migration. A blockchain is some sort of a foundational technology to support or give a value added to the existing product. So then when I see the Africa, for example, we have 10 unicorns already compared with 4 in the Middle East. So when it comes to the number of unicorns, Africa actually is becoming much the bigger these days. But 9 projects out of 10 are integrated. So then we need a little bit more innovation to solve the issues just in front of you. So that's what's happening in Africa. However, well, if we see like more than that, we need to add more values on the existing technology. So then I believe we're actually helping a lot of Web2 companies to migrate to the Web3. So one of the companies that we are helping is, they have like the market share of 70% in Kenya, which is one of the B2B the transportation ticketing service, and then the providing of the traditional the services to the usual customers. However, we're trying to apply the digital identity solution and then also a micro-lending solution above the digital identity. So if they get that kind of technology, that will definitely give more values to the general public, right? So then I think that kind of transition is really, really interesting to me.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I see two key trends. One is concentration on quality. I think after all the washouts and difficulties and problems we've had over the last 2 years, you see more and more both investors as well as VCs, of course, as well as customers focus on high quality. And the second trend, and that's dominating the market, is the influx of institutional money. What we see on BlackRock alone, with ETFs and others. I mean, BlackRock has about $10 trillion under management. The entire blockchain or crypto space at its peak was $3 trillion. And blockchain is just, BlackRock is just one of the major institutions entering the space. We have the Goldmans, the JP Morgans, etc. So that at a scale will, I think, entirely transform what at least the investment side of the crypto market is going to be like. It's going to be a completely different ballgame.
Definitely sounds very interesting. So I see we have questions from the audience, and we have 3 minutes. So please, short question and short answer, okay? We have a couple more. Excuse me, can we provide with the microphone here? Sorry, can we provide with the microphone here? Yeah.
Well, thank you for this, very interesting. My name is Gustavo Montero. I'm the chairman and founder of Carta Capital. We manage in excess of 3.1 billion in our own family office. We invest in crypto-related companies all over the world, mostly asset-backed. We're now tokenizing a lithium mine in Chile worth $1 billion and a gold mine worth $3 billion.
What's your question?
No, it's important for the background. That's what we do. Therefore, we manage a lot of money and we move a lot of money around. And we're based here in the UAE. So my question is mostly for Ahmed. I keep most of my money outside this country, not because I want to, it's because in this country I cannot find one bank doing OTC deals. Crypto fiat, fiat crypto. When are we going to get banks doing that here, like in my country, in Switzerland? We have lots of banks doing that, in Liechtenstein and other places. When are we going to solve that problem? This is a fantastic country doing incredibly well, but without banks doing fiat crypto fiat. When are you going to do that?
Ahmed, do you feel comfortable to answer this question?
Really, I can't say anything. Thank you for what you said about the country. It's a beautiful country. But if you go straight forward, you will find your business in the right way. I don't know if you reach the right person or you're not. I don't know. That's why you have, for example, for me, if you come to me, I ask you first question to give me your business plan. What you need to do exactly to reach the right person. Maybe you are reaching not the right person. That's why you couldn't find your business in the right way. About the bank, or see, the bank is a private. It is not a government, by the way. To let you understand something, bank is different. Bank is a private. Government, what I mentioned, I told you, for the government, they will support you. For the bank, maybe you are not the one who got the same policy for the bank, or you need to do something not going in the right way with the bank.
Listen, I have no intention.
I don't know.
In arguing with you
right.
or anybody.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
The only thing is that
we are really
I'm just
run
finishing
out
this.
of time.
I'm finishing
I
this.
think that
Without
it's a very good
fiat,
question.
Crypto fiat, we cannot do that business.
We are running out of time. It's definitely a very good question. And I think Ahmed, he pointed that they are working on it, right? So banks, they're also very cautious about like transferring crypto to fiat, fiat to crypto.
But it's available.
And
So
I think, you know, all the companies here in UAE, they also have these challenges. Do you want to say something?
The bank themselves obviously don't do OTCs in crypto or digital assets because they don't have the license for it, and none of them, to my knowledge, are applying for it in the UAE right now. But that's where they partners. For instance, we have fiat on and off ramps and offer OTC and on-platform trades. So that's usually the crypto player or the digital asset player in combination with the bank. With full-on fiat rails, they have the whole thing.
Right. What I want to add from my side, that all of us, I think we definitely need to understand one thing. We're still very early in our industry. And sometimes it, like, you know, not all, sometimes, but all the time, it takes really, like, you know, time, especially for authorities, for the regulator. I've been living in Southeast Asia, in China, in Hong Kong. I've been talking with the regulators there. I'm talking to regulators in European countries, here in UAE. All the same matters. They are very cautious about making decisions because they don't want to harm their people, right? So I think, you know, it definitely will take time, and let's see. Okay, thank you so much, gentlemen, for the very brilliant, good panel discussion today. Thank you so much, our audience, for listening to us.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.